Patti, it was no small chore for you to just get here today, so thanks for doing that.
Thank you for having me.
How do you feel? How's your energy level today?
Well, it kind of bounces around a lot, and as well as my breathing.
Yeah, in the moment, are you okay?
I'm comfortable.
Yeah, the reason I led with a question about energy is because that's the whole deal with mitochondrial disease, is it takes the energy producing things in your cells and makes them not work. And so you can't do much of anything. It goes to your organ function, your overall ability to live a daily life. And so when that energy's not there, great things don't happen. When did you first find out you had this?
Well, in 2013, I started with, I was a registered nurse, or am a registered nurse,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
continue to be, but I'm not a practicing nurse, but I was a nurse, and I would start noticing the foot drop with my left foot as I was walking in the halls, and start a little bit of dizziness, not dizziness, but a little bit of leaning toward one side or the other as I was walking the halls, and that was in 13, and then in 2014, my fatigue got worse, and my breathing started getting a little impacted, but mainly my left side, my left leg, my left arm would just be really, sometimes it'd be more of a constant pain, and then sometimes it'd be just a sharp pain. It's just kind of hard to know. And it's almost like instead of a good days and bad days, you have good moments and bad moments in every day.
Sure.
So so that goes with fatigue and with the pain itself. So really 13.
It's not easy to diagnose. Did it take a while for doctors to figure out what was wrong with you?
It did. At first, I think they thought I was crazy, but unfortunately, that's what a lot of people who have this disease go through, really, being serious. And so I had a muscle biopsy in 2015 here in Augusta, Georgia, and that showed that I had non-specific myopathy. It just showed I did not have an inflammatory type myopathy. And then my physician, my neurologist said he wanted more information. He said and I agreed. He wanted to get to the root of the cause, and so went up to Duke and saw a doctor there, a neurologist there, and they scheduled another biopsy. And I had another muscle biopsy, deep muscle biopsy. First one was in my left thigh, the second was in my left upper arm, and that one showed I had a metabolic myopathy. Kept getting closer and closer.
Sure.
So we were the day we came back from our vacation in 2016 was when I got the news. I picked up the phone was ringing, and answered it, and it was my doctor from Duke saying that she had gotten permission from me earlier to send the tissues to Columbia Medical University in New York. So New York they were able to make the diagnosis.
Has your condition worsened, stayed the same, gotten better since 2013?
It has definitely worsened. In 13, shortness of breath, I really didn't, I said shortness of breath in 13, but it really didn't kick in until about 15. 2015, 2016, things were just not right, but didn't have that diagnosis. And then once I got the diagnosis in June or July of 16, that was when, again, there's no treatment, no cure, but at least I was able to have a name to what I had.
What in the world, Patti? Did your parents have this? It's genetic. It can be inherited. Anybody else have this in your family?
No, sir. Have two daughters. They don't have it. Mom and dad's healthy.
Yeah.
So they say that at some point they will probably find a genetic mutation to everybody who have mitochondrial myopathy, is my understanding. But at this point, my genetic testing did not show anything.
So what's the day-to-day routine for you as far as getting relief, getting some sort of comfort? There's no cure, there's no treatment. What are you taking or doing to make your life manageable?
Well, that's the biggest thing is muscle spasms. And the pain, and obviously the breathing, and I'm retaining a lot of CO2. So basically, some days I get up in the morning and I feel pretty good and take a shower, and then I crash for about 2 hours. And by crashing, I mean sitting in a recliner.
Sure.
Just trying to get myself back together, and then usually by 1 o'clock, I've kind of I'm dressed, ready for the day.
Yeah.
But and this is somebody who used to get up at 3:30 and 4:30 in the morning and train for triathlon and
Triathlons.
so big change in my lifestyle. Big change.
Patti, it's mainly impacted, as you mentioned before we went on the air, the left side of your body.
Right.
So does that mean that your right side of your body feels good, feels normal? Are there parts of your body that feel like the old Patti?
My right arm does, and my right hand does for the most part. My right leg is now probably 50% involved compared to my left side. But so around the house, when I get up in the mornings around the house, I'll use a cane, a 4-prong cane. During the middle of the night, my husband usually is having to turn me over, and when I wake him up to get me turned over because I can't grip the parts of the bed to turn over, and then when I get out of bed, I'm using the walker to get to the restroom in the mornings. So, I mean, anywhere from a single cane to a 4-prong cane I use to my walker to a motorized chair. So it's just kind of a...
Listen, this mitochondrial myopathy has apparently attacked your body, but not your spirit. You've gone to the highest halls of power in our nation's capital to try to get somebody to do something about this disease. What can you tell us about what's being done and what sort of efforts are being made to focus attention on this?
Well, the biggest thing is, as you said, the Capitol went to the United Mitochondrial Foundation Symposium, which this year was in Washington, D.C., and it was called the Day on the Hill, which was that Thursday, to go to the Capitol. Met with Rick Allen, our congressman. The senators had some representatives sitting in for them. They were out of town. But the big thing is Congress has done what they can do. We're waiting on another senator to sign off on a bill. The bill is one that's going to be able to allow folks, well, number one, allow more clinical trials to be done. We're really trying to focus on getting some clinical trials. There's just so little that's been done, or that I'm aware of that's been done. And also to make the medication right now, as you said, there is no cure. We're treating symptoms, shortness of breath. You know, I'm on a non-invasive ventilator at night with 3 liters of oxygen piped into that. And then I have oxygen even with me today, portable oxygen when I need to go on it. But the biggest thing is the CO2 retention and the last several procedures I've had to do fully awake, an endoscopy fully awake, basically feeling like you're being intubated awake.
Sure.
Because my O2 sats will drop in the 80s. But back to the Capitol, the Senate, we're trying to get the Senate to pass a bill that will allow folks to get what we call the mitochondrial cocktail, which is lipoic acid, L-carnitine, and coenzyme Q10 at no cost. Because right now,
how much is that?
It runs about $40 a month for all 3 medicines if you get them from Amazon.com.
Are you taking it now?
Yes.
And what kind of relief does it provide?
Great.
It is? How long does it, no, I mean, really, does it help you? Does it help you get...
It's like, I guess the question is, would I be worse without it? It would be the question, because I don't know. I take it as my doctor has prescribed, and more organs are affected now. So is it because it's a debilitating chronic illness,
right?
Or is it because they haven't found the right thing? I don't know.
Listen, before I get the doctors in here to talk about what they're doing, what can we do to help you? It sounds like something we need to hit our lawmakers up about, Congressman Allen and others, and say, look, please push this legislation through so these folks can have their medications, right?
Absolutely. And it's called the HR 2501 bill.
HR 2501.
HR 2501 bill that we're trying to get the senators to. We've got the Senator Casey he's from Pennsylvania. He's already signed on. We just need one more senator to sign on, and then we can move forward with more research, more clinical trials, and that's just a really big thing right now. So.
Well,
yes, sir.
My hope is that you get relief soon. You're a wonderful ambassador for this disease that you never wanted to be an ambassador for, but life dealt it to you, Patti, and you're handling it with incredible bravery and poise.
Well, thank you. I've been very blessed. As I've been an RN for 30 years, I couldn't give it up. So, you know, I had to just channel that to something else. So I did research in my field of nursing, which was wound and ostomy care. And then beginning of this year, I said, you know, we need research in my own field. So that's when I jumped in, and Margaret Moore, the president of the United Mitochondrial Foundation, I've been co-editing co-editing articles and doing content validation. And you asked me about my right arm.
Yeah, is it pretty good?
Yeah, it's pretty good. I've got my Lydia ladies that have cancer. I write them to encourage them, but of course I'm the one that's being encouraged, and 20 times fold. And then I also paint rocks when I love painting rocks. They're nothing like you know, the rocks you see on the internet and stuff. But I love painting rocks, and my family members, my daughters and my husband would take them and put them out places because I can't drive. Haven't been able to drive for 4 years. So.
Well, listen, please be well as best as you can, and we'll handle the rest, trying to draw more attention to mitochondrial disease, mitochondrial myopathy in Patti's case. Patti Ashmore, thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.